Hey, welcome to another video here on the channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Elliot. I'm a licensed real estate agent in Illinois and Wisconsin, and one of the best tips I can provide on this channel is to be mentally prepared when selling your home. Now, it's no secret, selling your home can be an emotional process, and whether it's your first home or the home that you raised your children in, you have so many memories tied to that house. And not to forget, the hours spent cleaning, maybe making repairs, putting up holiday decorations, every little thing that you've done to call this place home. And I recognize the stress or the emotional attachment, if you will, when it comes to parting ways with that specific house. I've even seen it where some clients have been so emotionally attached that it negatively affects the selling process. For example, after a home showing or even an inspection, someone makes a comment on the seller's home, which could, strike a nerve. Staying emotionally calm and not reacting out of reflex does go a long way. So here are a few tips to help you get into the right headspace before selling your home. From time to time, I hear sellers and buyers comment something along the lines like, oh, this person's here trying to rip me off or steal the house or get a good deal. And in reality, that may not even be the case. For example, I've represented a buyer, and after a home inspection, we asked the seller to provide credits at closing to put towards the cost of a new furnace. Now, that specific furnace was way beyond its manufactured life expectancy, and to be quite frank, it was pretty disgusting. You could tell the thing has not been cleaned for a long time. Now, on the seller's end, we could tell emotions ran high. The selling agent let me know they weren't too thrilled of our ask. However, after some negotiations, we definitely got our way. Moral of the story, don't think everyone's out to rip you off. This furnace was extremely old, it was dirty, and it was just a matter of time until the whole thing failed. And with that said, this whole credit could have been prevented if the seller did their due diligence before listing the house with either a cleaning or even just getting the whole thing maintained. Now, tip number 2, be open to advice. You hire a real estate professional to help you with your home. I know my goal is to net you the most amount of money as possible. So with that said, be open to constructive criticism. One of the first things I do when I tour a seller's home for the very first time is I like to nitpick their home from the perspective of a buyer. Now, I'm not there to discredit the home whatsoever. I'll acknowledge any highlights and praise them for a beautiful home, right? However, I'll be realistic and I'll nudge a few tips which will, I know it might cost them a few bucks here and there now, but it'll definitely pay off in the long run. If I were representing a buyer, I'd advise them, ABC. So why would I tell a seller any differently? I've said this in the past, I've said it in all my other videos. I always tell my clients that I take the consultative approach when it comes to real estate. So with that said, tip number 2, be open to constructive criticism. And our third and final tip is to be flexible and as accommodating as you possibly can. Now, this one here, I cannot stress it enough. Now, when you're selling your home, you're welcoming buyers into your house. Now, whether it's for a private tour with another agent or an open house, the more bodies that go through your home, the more opportunity you have to sell it to someone who wants to make an offer. If you're hoping customers will work around your schedule, they'll just pass on your home altogether. There are other houses out there, regardless whether it's a seller's market or a buyer's market or whatever it is. Buyers are seeing 5 to 10 homes at a time, back to back to back. So let them schedule the tour around their needs. The more you restrict visitors, the longer the home will sit on the market. And that's a recipe for disaster. So I hope this helps. You've got 3 tips on being mentally prepared when it comes to sell your home. Now, do me a favor, go ahead and like, share, subscribe, do all that, as it definitely helps grow the channel, and take a look at any of these videos on the screen, and I will see you on the next video.